Okay, Joe Hart and Jack Wilshire have not been selected for the England squad for the World Cup. Joe Hart, in my eyes, hasn't been good enough for a couple of seasons. I think his form has dropped since Guardiola took over at Man City and sent him out on loan to Torino, and then he went to West Ham this year. I can see him being sold by Man City. I think he hasn't played enough games either. Adrian has bested him in the West Ham net. West Ham fans may have a different opinion on both Hart and Adrian, and I'm not saying they're wrong or right. But the games I've seen with Joe Hart playing in the highlights or games I've managed to get to see, he hasn't looked great, if I'm honest. That's my personal opinion. The last three tournaments he's played at, he has, made some errors as well. I think it's time to give the younger goalkeepers a chance. They're not. This squad isn't expected to win the tournament or go very far. They're maybe expected to get out of the group. I think the time is right for the new breed of young players to come through because the more experienced players have failed time and again. I think this is Southgate actually showing a slightly ruthless streak and taking a tough decision which he hasn't had to do before. And in my eyes, I think Southgate's still too nice as a manager. He's not ruthless enough at times. But cutting these two players, ruthless decision. Jack Wilshire is just not fit enough. Sorry, he hasn't played enough games to warrant his inclusion. And if he was to go and get injured, let's say in one of the two warm-up games when he's named as part of the squad, that means there has to be an emergency call-up. And bear in mind, apart from the Champions League final for Liverpool and the FA Cup final between Chelsea and Man United, all the other players now in the off-season who haven't been selected and actually get a chance to recuperate after a battering of a season, take stock and take a break. If Wilshire was to go down injured, hypothetically, that means one of those players would have to get an emergency call-up. There's a limited time where you can get emergency call-ups into the squad, and after that cut-off point, it's too late. So if he was to hypothetically, pass that cut-off point, go down injured in a training session, that reduces the size of the squad, that weakens the squad depth, and a player who could have gone is stuck at home because FIFA rules. But that's my personal opinion on it. I don't think Jack Wilshire's played enough games. I don't think his fitness is up to scratch at the moment. Maybe a new manager at Arsenal can have an effect on Wilshire. That's a positive effect. Joe Hart, I just don't think he's been good enough this season. I think Pope at Burnley is the best of the England bunch. But Southgate hasn't played him, which I think is silly. I think he should have got Pope some game time, especially when it was going to become clear that Burnley were clearly better than Everton and were going to be finishing above them and get into Europe. When that was clear and known, I think he should have gone straight away and go, right, you're the best England goalkeeper right now for form and league position. That says something, and he's played the most games as well. So he's got his eye in, and he's had very, very good performances. Every time I've seen him, he's been outstanding. So I think they should go with Pope as the starter, Pickford as number 2, and Button as number 3. Simply because Button's played for Stoke and they got relegated, and some of his form hasn't been great either. Pickford's had some bad games, including the last game against West Ham, where all three goals that went in easily savable. The Arnautovic one's unforgivably ducks out of it. Sorry, that's just not good enough. Straight at him, just stopped it. For me, that's just not good enough. That's my view on the England goalkeeper situation. I think that's the position we're weakest in. I think Pope is the best bet just to play in goal. But that's another issue. We just don't have enough experienced international goalkeepers in the top flight. We just don't. Ben Foster is the only other option I could think of, and he has had an average season. And his relationship with the England setup isn't great. So that's a problem we have, because we do not have the experience in goal. And in fact, this squad is actually lacking a lot of experience, if I'm told. But at the same time, that could work to the team's advantage because no one expects anything of them, including the opposition. So we'll see what happens in the World Cup. Place your thoughts below. If you think Joe Hart should have gone and Wilshire should have gone, by all means, feel free to air your views on it. If you think that Southgate was right to cut them from his plans and they didn't make the cut, place your thoughts below. And I thank you very much for watching. And I'll have a podcast and a cricket video up later this evening, so keep your eyes peeled for them in the next couple of hours, and I'll have them for you soon. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.